Hi everyone and welcome to another Monday evening crafting time. I'm Lillian, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I can't even talk tonight. An independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Alberta, Canada. And a big welcome to all of you who come all the time and spend this evening with us, and to all of those of you who are new. So be sure to say hi, and maybe even where you're watching from, that kind of thing. I know that I actually have people watching, whether it's live or the replay, from different parts of the world. So that's really neat that we can be together here. I am going to share tonight a little sneak peek of something that's coming and will be available beginning on Friday. So while I go down to my desktop, I don't know what it's like where you are, but we had gorgeous summer weather all weekend. Now, it is Alberta, so if you don't like the weather, they always say just wait 5 minutes, it's going to change. And it always does, but we did have a gorgeous weekend, and it made me think about what I really like to do in the summertime. So maybe share one of the, maybe it doesn't have to be your favorite, but something that you particularly like to do in the summertime that you look forward to doing. And while you're sharing that, we'll go down to my desktop. So when I was growing up, my favorite thing was, of course, swimming. So, and my camera, I hit something wrong here, and my camera is showing me something unusual. So let me just make sure that I can get rid of this. There we go. Now, I think one of my favorite things to do is sit around the fire pit and read and visit with friends. So that is another favorite thing. So there's all kinds of favorite things. So what is something that you enjoy doing in the summertime? We here in this country, we definitely cannot sit around the fire pit comfortably in the wintertime. It would be just a tad chilly likely. So let us know what you like to do. Well, I'm just sharing this to my group page. And there we go. We're getting that all set up. And there. So a couple of things to remind you. There is the BOGO sale, and this is happening just until the end of the month. So the end of the month is Thursday, believe it or not. It's the end of June on Thursday. So BOGO means it's a kit promotion. So you can buy any of Stampin' Up's kits and then get the second one half off, or 50% off. And just a reminder that the kits come in a box like this. They're great. So they're great for gifting, as well as taking on holidays with you, or whatever. And when you open it up, this was just my ordering information. You get, if you ordered an all-inclusive kit, you get the block, you get the stamps, you get one ink pad color, you get your adhesives and everything you need. And I opened this last week, but this is something I'm going to be doing with the grandkids. This one is a little scrapbooking one, or a little memory book. So you've got your book here, and then you've got all that you need. So these are little stickers, and then there's all this kind of stuff, so they can have so much fun with this, and it's pretty stress-free. So I've ordered a few of these actually. So just take a look at the kit section, and how you find that is you go to my website. My website is right here, and then you click on Shop Now, and then some information comes, gives you something to choose, and click Kits Collection. So the Kits Collection will show you what's available. Why aren't they in the catalog? Because they're only while supplies last. So some of them involve stamping, some don't. Some are all-inclusive, some aren't. So take a good look. See if you want it for yourself, if you want it to gift somebody, or maybe you want a couple and you can get together with a friend or a family member and have some fun together. One of my former downline, one of my friends, she went camping and she took several kits with her, and she looked like she was having so much fun. The other thing is the mini catalog, the January to June one is ending again on Thursday. So things from there, they're on the last chance list and many are on sale. So do check that out while you're on my website as well. So I have a new hostess code and I forgot to put it on this here. So I will try to put it there afterwards. So let's take a look. This is the card we made last week and I was showing you all about the masking paper. And last week I focused on masking off areas on your stamp. So, and showed you how to use the stamp that made this. Now, everybody who leaves a comment, I draw for the card. Now, I made this for somebody whose birthday was July 10th. So, Kathy G, her name was drawn, so I thought she might not have anybody in her life whose birthday is July 10th. So this was another card using masking techniques. So I stamped the flowers first, then masked them and stamped everything else. And so this will be going to Kathy. So congratulations, Kathy. That's coming your way. And now I am going to just talk for a little bit. We have our annual catalog, which came out the beginning of May. So an annual catalog, if you're thinking of a store, if you were thinking, say, of a department store, this catalog would be your basic stuff in the store. This would be all year round stuff. So you've got stamps that for the most part would work all year round. You've got supplies, embellishments, paper, that kind of thing. And then twice a year, Stampin' Up! Brings out a mini catalog, which is more seasonal. So this newest mini catalog is going to begin July 1st, and that is on Friday. So it'll be Canada Day here in Canada. So there's tons of good stuff in here. I can't show you the inside, but I find these catalogs work really well together. And then speaking of working well together, for July and August, there is Sale-A-Bration. So this works really well with this catalog and with this one. Some of you are new to what is Sale-A-Bration. You'll see no prices in this. You earn these. For every $60 you spend, you get to choose something absolutely free from here. So if you spend $120 before shipping and handling and GST, you could get two things. Or there are some items in here that are more expensive, so you have to spend $120 to get it. But that's what this is. This is totally free. It's a reward for shopping with Stampin' Up! And then there's this. So what I'm going to show you tonight is a sneak peek of, there's one suite of products from here I'm going to show you, and it works with something from here. So if you already have these two catalogs, I'll be giving you the page number to look at. If you don't have them and you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you live in Canada, sorry, I can only give them to people in Canada, just contact me, send me a message or whatever, and I'll make sure you get one. So let's take a quick look at what I am going to work with tonight. It's called Splendid Thoughts. So there's the stamp set, and I really love the font. And there's these images, and they are designed to not totally match up. It looks sort of artsy, you know, just to have in the background. So there's that. Then there's the die set, Splendid Stems, and this, of course, you can buy as a bundle and save 10%. Now, it's often easier just to see it already cut out. So some of them match the stamps. There's even that little bee or fly or whatever. And then there's some that are just, they cut out shapes. And why did I put these here? They came from here, but I could see using those as leaves or something like that. So I put that there to remind me. This can be used sort of like that, so it almost looks like a planter, or you can flip it around, or you can put two together and have a bit of an oval shape. It's really, really neat. I'm going to bring this up. See the stitch lines? So there's embossing, and then there's stitching right there. So really neat. thing there. We, as Stampin' Up demonstrators, had sort of a crafting night, and we used this bundle and the rest of this suite. So Roz, you loving yours? Oh, excellent. Yes, I am loving mine. So there's this in the suite. Then there's also 12 by 12 of this paper. So this is cut 6 by 6, just so it'd be easier to handle, but I've shown it before. Now this, usually our foil paper, the design is foil and the background isn't, but this is, the background is foil and the design is white, and it looks gorgeous. So there's that. So there's the back of that. And Sharon, it's on your wish list. Oh yes, I'm actually, I've had so much fun with it. And look at this, soft sea foam in white, just gorgeous. And then this is on the back, and then there's this one here, and this is on the back. And at the end, I'm going to show you some different samples. This is fresh freesia on the background. So it's not your usual copper, silver, and gold. It is absolutely beautiful with all the different colors. And then they have some that's like this, and so you can cut it down and make a card front, or just cut a panel like that, and this. So gorgeous, gorgeous paper. And then also in this suite, that paper's almost blinding in this light, isn't it? Sorry. Is this ribbon, and it is soft seafoam ribbon. It is nice and soft. It's got shimmer to it, and you can see how it works so well with the paper. So that is what's in the suite of products. And then in Sale-A-Bration, let me just, I was going to show you this with the paper. So these are the coordinating colors with the paper: Calypso Coral, Copper, Fresh Freesia, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Sahara Sand, and Soft Seafoam. So those colors all work well with it. But then if you got the bundle is $71. Ta-da! What do you get if you go over $60? You get a free Sale-A-Bration item. Guess what? One of the Sale-A-Bration items, and you don't have to get this, but I'm just pointing it out, is a bundle of cards and envelopes, Pool Party and Soft Seafoam. And if you can take a look, it coordinates with that suite. Even the decoration on the envelopes is the same as like the stamp and the paper. And this is like the paper. So the envelopes look like this. Let me just dig a little further. And they're all going to come out together. And then so half of the cards are with soft sea foam, and you would just fold it like that. And the other half are in Pool Party. And again, it's that same design that you see in the stamp set. So it coordinates beautifully. So tonight, I thought I would combine this with the suite and just show you something really, really simple and how well they work together. So let me just put that to the side. Tonight, we're going to work with the Pool Party one. So it's already scored. It already has this design. So it has the background paper on there for you. There's the designer paper. So I'm just going to fold on the score line. This is a regular card size. So it is 5.5 by 8.5. And then scored right there. And then I'm going to bring in a shape from the deckled rectangles. I'm using these so much. So the size that I am using, if you have the deckled rectangles, I know a lot of you have been getting it. If you start at the center, 1, 2, 3, I chose the number 4. 4 from the center, 1, 2, 3, and it's number 5 from the outside. But number 4 from the center is the one that I'm using. So we're going to use basic white, and then we're going to bring in another one, a basic black one that is exactly the same size. So I'm just going to put that there. We're going to do our stamping on here first. So I'll bring just a little background paper in, and I'm going to use Memento Black. I'm going to keep this first one really simple. And then I'm going to use Pool Party. And the stamps that I'm going to use are the one that looks like this. And then I'm going to use this so you'll see how it doesn't match up, but looks really neat. And then I'm going to use the words "Let's Celebrate" because that means I could use it for a birthday or anniversary or graduation or whatever, right? And then I'm going to bring in this little bee as well. So because my piece of paper that I'm stamping on is actually a little bit smaller than this, I'm going to stamp my words first and then make everything work around it. Whoops, and I already put it in the wrong ink color. That's what I get for opening both inks at once, right? So I'll just clean that and start again. I almost had a brand new card. There we go. So I'm going to stamp "Let's Celebrate" in Memento Black. I'll put that down here. There we go. And then I'm going to ink up the outline stamp with Memento Black. And when I'm using a bigger stamp, I like to ink it up upside down. I can just see where the ink's going a little bit better. There we go. And now I am actually, instead of having it going straight, I'm going to have it going like that. Now, also when you're stamping, remember, don't put the pressure on the outside, put the pressure where the image stamp is. And so make sure you get the pressure in the middle. So now I've got it like that. Now I'm going to bring in this here. I'm going to ink that up with the Pool Party. Come in this way and then just sort of decide where, because it really doesn't matter. It's not going to line up, but it still looks neat like that in the background. And then I'll bring in this little bee. Now, remember, and when I was practicing this afternoon, I put too much pressure on that stamp. Little stamp, little pressure is what my demonstrator, when I first started, taught me, and that's an important thing to remember. Otherwise, you're going to catch edges and get blobs and everything else. So I'm going to close that up, and that looks pretty good, but I think I'd like it I think I'd like some splotches on it. So I'm going to bring in my black blends. This is the lighter one, but it wouldn't matter. I'm taking the lid and the brush end, and I'm going to flick some specks on here. Whoops. I'm always, woo, got a lot on that one. Got a little carried away, but you get the idea. So that's how it goes, right? So now we can move this aside. It's time to assemble our card. So this is what I originally was thinking. I was thinking of putting it like that. So just offsetting it and putting it straight on there. And then bringing in, oh, this was the other thing in the suite. I forgot to show you. These are called the open leaf trinkets. And they're these great leaves right here. So then I was thinking, I put that on dimensionals, tuck this down here, and then in the main catalog, in the annual catalog, we have this wonderful Pool Party ribbon that has shimmer to it. And I was thinking I could just tie a little knot and put it here. So that's what I was thinking. And then when I was playing with it on my desk, it kind of moved on me, and then I saw that. So do you like it, but still putting the trinket down and that kind of thing? So do you like it kind of wonky or offset? Which would you prefer? Why don't you let me know? Wonky or offset? And they'll be on dimensionals and stuff. So I'm seeing wonky. Okay, that's the first one I saw, so we'll go with wonky. There we go. So I'm going to fasten these two together and then put it on dimensionals. So I'm just going to bring in some white glue. I'm just going to put a bit in the middle here. And offset it just a bit. There we go. Now when I put it on the card, the white I'm going to put so it's straight, and the black is wonky, and it's going to look like it's supposed to look. All right, so we'll put some dimensionals on the back. Let me see, I don't want to put a dimensional in that corner because I want to be able to slide the trinket in. Afterwards, I'm going to show you how you can use these card bases and make it a more complicated card too, or more fussy, I guess, not necessarily complicated. There, now my thought was that I would put this just poking out from there, and I think I'll go with that. And so I'm going to put that on. Now I could put that on with the multi-purpose liquid glue. I'm just going to use a glue dot because it'll dry a little faster for me, just like that. It just adds a little bit of extra. And then I could tie a bow, or I could just tie a knot. Let me just see. A knot like that. Do you know what? That's going to look okay, I think. So I'm not going to pull it too tight. And we'll clear this out of the way, straighten it out a bit, bring in our glue dots again. And glue this here. Oh, I didn't get the glue dot. Better go back and revisit that one. There we go. And just like that, we have, and I could trim that up a little bit. Now, what about the inside? Well, we can easily bring this back in, right? Ink it up and just catch the edge. The envelope is already decorated for us, so just like that. And if you wanted, you could add the little bee up here, whoops, or down here. Actually, I think I will. Kind of like that. I have a friend whose son raises or has beehives and raises them for honey and stuff. So this is going to be for her. So there we go, just like that. Isn't that fun how it all works together? Now, I'm going to move this off to the side, and I made another card with the soft sea foam from that same set, and I got a little fussier with this one. So for this one, I used, where did I put the stamps? Here they are. So for this one, I used these stamps here and stamped them in the background. Then I used a new embossing folder. It's called Leaf Fall 3D. Let me just bring a sample in. So here's what it looks like when you use foil. So it just shows it up a little bit better. So I did that in the background. Then I die cut out a lot of those little open pieces, stamped and colored with blends. I use this shape to stamp on. This here, you're saying we don't have any green sparkly paper. Well, in the new mini catalog, we have sparkly washi tape, and it comes in the 3 colors, the green, the pumpkin, the gorgeous grape, and the black. So these can work on any project, right? And then, I don't know if you can see, but there are these neat little embellishments here too. And those are called Fine Sparkle Adhesive Back Gems. So there is Calypso Coral, Pale Papaya, Pacific Point, and Pool Party. So that went perfectly with these cards as well. So this card here, I cased it from the Sale-A-Bration catalog. The other thing that they had added on were these little wooden embellishments, so you can see how you could dress it up even more by putting those on. But I was doing some card swaps and I am nearly out of these, so I did not use them. So just imagine that they were in there, but they look really good too. So just some fun cards and showing you how Sale-A-Bration and the new mini catalog work together. And I've done a few more samples with this suite. So let's just move these to the side. And I showed you this last week when we were doing the masking paper thing. So you can see, you recognize that now in the background. So that's another one that I've done. This one here, a very simple card. I cut the leaf shape out of this layer. Then I embossed this layer. So you can see I used an embossing folder, put designer paper behind it, and then put the leaf outline back in. So it is not embossed, but it looks, I just really like how it is. Oh, I stamped the words before I ran it through the embossing folder, and then the faux sea glass for the embellishments on that one. This is one that I saw another demonstrator make something very similar. So again, I used that leaf embossing folder using the sending hugs words, and then just cut squares of that gorgeous designer paper. Just so simple. I just loved it. Glued it down, put a leaf on top, and that would be just if someone's going through a tough time or just you want to send hugs. Now I mentioned that Stampin' Up! Had sort of a crafting evening for demonstrators that wanted to, and this is one of the cards we made there. So we used the brick and mortar embossing folder, cut that shape out of the designer paper. Now this was hard to do. Guess what? The foil is on the back. I had a hard time doing that, but I love how the white pops on that brick, and just how the look there goes there. And then this I thought was just fun by cutting out that half oval shape from the different designer papers, and those papers just do it all right there. And then we stamped in the background here. So just to whet your appetites and get you excited about what's coming. For those of you who are watching, let me know, do you have your catalog yet? Have you looked through it? Is there anything that you're looking forward to? Now, I just want to go back to the designer paper for a minute. Now, I cut this designer paper 6 by 6. That was to show you the size that you would get if you take part in my paper share. This is one of the papers, and all of the papers on this list, you will get one 6 by 6 piece of each of the designs. So this is what you would get from the Splendid Day specialty. So you would have that sampling, and you then, once you've used that, know if you want more. So if that is something that interests you, tomorrow is the last day to register for it. So please go here. I'll also put the link in the description of this video afterwards. But please take part. Again, once again, I can only send product in Canada. So if you're in the States, and I know many of you are, I'm sure that you have a demonstrator and maybe they're doing a paper share as well. Or if not, get together with some friends and share the paper if you find that a whole package is too much. But there it is, just really neat stuff coming your way. And here is the card we made tonight with the card from Sale-A-Bration, Cards and Envelopes, and here's another sample. So hope that's got you excited about what's coming. And thank you so much for joining me, and take care and have fun. Bye-bye.